Hi, it's Sunshine Vagabonds. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about our 9-day Mediterranean cruise on Celebrity Equinox. It was a Spain, Morocco, and Portugal cruise that left from Barcelona.
Yeah, and you can check out our review of the Celebrity Equinox, which we just posted last week. It's linked right up above you here if you want to see what the ship was like. But on this video, we're just going to focus on the amazing or kind of cool stops that we experienced on this Western Mediterranean cruise.
Yes, so like we said, it starts in Barcelona, and definitely recommend you spend 2 or 3 days in Barcelona before you head out on this cruise.
In Barcelona, we stayed in the Gothic Quarter, which is an old section of town. It's pretty quaint and kind of quirky and just pretty cool. Some old history. People were friendly. There was a lot to do, a lot of fun stuff in town. And we think that that would be a great starting point for you all as well. We did a lot of the typical tourist things, but we decided at night we wanted to focus on some of the local culture and some of the local food. On the first night, we did a traditional flamenco show, which was awesome. And we got to eat some local food. It included a buffet ahead of time, which was pretty good. And then the show itself was eye-opening and pretty cool, entertaining. The second night, we did a tapas and paella cooking class. And that was fun as well. It was like 4 hours. We cooked all of our own food using local, traditional recipes and ingredients. And then we got to eat it all. So it was a great way to get, sample some of that stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
The second day, we had a pretty dedicated day doing one specific tour.
Started at 9 in the morning. We had a private tour, which was amazing. So the walking tour that we did during the day was a whole day tour, and it was focused mostly on Antoni Gaudi artwork, structures, buildings.
Yeah, he was like a famous architect, designer in Barcelona area.
Mm-hmm. So if you'd like some more information on any of these items that we're talking about right now, we have more detailed videos that you can check out.
Right. The Gaudi one is already complete. The rest of them are still in the works.
Then we took off on the cruise, first day of our cruise.
And as you'll see, we liked the Equinox. It was not the most amazing cruise ever, but it was pretty good. Our first day was a day at sea. Our second day, we went to
Cadiz, which is in Spain.
Yeah, and the cruise company, and I think most of the cruise companies advertise it as Seville more than Cadiz. The port is in Cadiz. We did not travel to Seville. The bus ride was 90 minutes each way. And by the time we decided what we wanted to do, our only options were outside companies, outside the cruise company. And we didn't want to take a chance of that long drive and missing the ship. So we decided to just chill in Cadiz for the day. And as far as I'm concerned, that worked out perfectly because I love the city. I thought it was really cool. It was kind of quaint, a lot of history, some pretty parks. So we did the hop on, hop off bus. We went all the way from end to end along the waterfront. It was beautiful. We got out at Park Genovese and enjoyed that. Came back to the city center and we did the Cadiz Cathedral.
Yes, where in that cathedral you will have a bell tower. Recommend that you, if you're able, go up to the top. It's a beautiful view from up there. We stopped at Mercado Central, which is a kind of like an inside mall area, stores, restaurants. Great if you're walking back to the ship, take a stroll through there.
Yeah, we got some good grub in there too. All right, so then back to the ship, and the next day we landed in Lisbon,
Portugal.
Right, for 2 nights, which was a pretty nice.
It's always nice when you get an overnight in a port.
For our first day in Lisbon, we actually booked a tour through Viator that brought us to Sintra, Cascais. Am I saying that right?
I think so.
And Cabo de Roca. It was awesome. It was a great tour. It was supposed to last 7 hours. It took like 9 or 10 hours actually to do everything we did. And we loved every minute of it. The first stop was Cascais. And there was a little seaside town. We had some coffee and some Danish or whatever we had there on the sidewalk. It was a nice way to start the day. Not a whole lot of excitement there, but it was a cool stop. Our second stop was Cabo de Roca, which offered beautiful cliffside views, and it is the westernmost part of continental Europe. So, of course, we took a picture in that spot, and then we went on to Sintra. And Sintra, I loved it.
You did love it.
It was such a cool town. We ended up, I think we had 90 minutes to start our time there on our own, where we did lunch.
Yes, I had the octopus, and it was incredible. Not chewy, yum.
Yeah, it was like a whole octopus on your plate. So that's how we started the day. Then we explored the city for a little bit before our tour guide came back, had some snacks. You bought a Christmas ornament or something else in the shops there. But it was a really cute town and a nice place to walk around. And then the highlight...
Oh, it's going to the castles.
Yeah.
Pina Castle and Quinta de Regulara, something like that.
That's close enough.
These names are also hard to pronounce.
Yeah. Then what did you think of the castles?
They were both beautiful. So Portugal is known for tile, and a lot of these places, the castles have tons of just different kinds of tile. It was really pretty.
And again, we have an entire video just on those two spots, but if you only watch this one, make sure when you're in Lisbon, you do a tour to those two palaces or castles. So
our second day, we went to Obidos, and we booked that through Celebrity. It is about 1 hour and 15 minutes to get to it, and you have about 90 minutes in the city. It is a walled city. They have a blue stripe that goes all around the wall part of the city.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's all around there. Oh, there's a castle there. We checked out the castle. We pretty much just walked around. It was pretty crowded. A lot of people seem to want to go tour that city. I'd recommend stopping and tasting their gingina, which is a chocolate with port wine in it. You'll see a couple of those as you walk through. You know, people are handing them out.
They're handing them out as long as you hand them back a couple of euros.
Yeah, of course. Nothing's free anymore.
Right. It's a big thing that you have to try in town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. Very good.
So what did you think about the Obidos trip overall?
I thought it was interesting.
I thought it was forgettable. Like, I don't know. We only had 90 minutes in there. Our tour guide wasn't that special. And I don't know. That was a celebrity tour that I think I would skip next time and just spend the day in Lisbon. My thoughts anyway. And when we did get back, I did walk around Lisbon to check it out and get a vibe for the city. Bustling, exciting, and hilly. A lot of exercise, a lot of calories burned going up and down those streets. So that was Lisbon. We were both happy that we had Lisbon on our agenda.
Yes.
And our next stop was one more day in Portugal. And we went to Porto, which is a place we were really excited to visit because we've heard so many cool things about it. The ship doesn't actually stop in Porto, though. It stops at a port miles outside the city. We Ubered there. It took us about 45 minutes. It was pretty inexpensive to do so. You could also bus there or train there, but it's not super simple. I'll just leave it at that. Our first stop there was the São Bento train station, which is considered by some people to be the most beautiful train station in the world. Because it's covered in the tiles that Jackie mentioned before that Porto is famous for. Did you think it was the most beautiful train station in the world?
Well, I've not been to many train stations, but I didn't see the most beautiful.
Yeah, I think there's probably more beautiful ones elsewhere. It's worth sticking your head in there and taking some pictures, but because every tourist like us knows about it, it was packed with human beings while we were there. From there, we walked to the Kingdom, the first bridge, which takes you over to Gaia.
Yeah.
It's a pretty walk over the bridge, as long as you don't go near the edge. I was a little scared because you're pretty far up.
It was beautiful. I really loved that walk over that bridge.
Yeah, you liked it more than I do. The scenery was beautiful, yes. Yeah. Views of both Porto and Gaia.
Right. Yeah, so in Gaia, once we got across that bridge, you can take a cable car that'll take you down to the river. And that is what we did. And once we got down to the river, we just walked through that little area. And there's plenty of boat tours hitting you up down there. And we got on a boat and did a 6 bridges boat tour. The boat tour is okay. I wouldn't personally recommend.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice way to see the city. It's definitely not a must-do. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
We did it this whole day on our own. We didn't have anything pre-planned. But on our Six Bridges tour, we were sitting next to a huge group that was actually there with Celebrity. And as it turns out, they did almost everything that we did. It was pretty much the same itinerary that we came up with. And if you want more details on that and some of the fun things that we added and found out, subscribe to our channel because we're going to have a full video on everything we did in Porto, and you'll get some of those fun details. I didn't love Porto. Do you have anything to say about that, Jackie?
I mean, very, very crowded.
Yeah, it was congested. It was not an easy walk. There was tons of traffic, tons of construction, lots of noise. I just don't think it's a great port stop. Maybe I'll leave it that way. I think if you spent a couple of days there and you found some cool, nice, quiet sections of the city, hung out on the waterfront, it'd be a different vibe.
Yeah, like I said, I did love that walk over the bridge.
So that's Porto.
We forgot a place in Porto.
We did, because I wanted to forget about it. You can pronounce this because I don't have any chance at all of getting this.
Livraria Lello.
Wow, that is nowhere close to it. But I'm not going to say. But everybody goes there. It's a bookstore that has some kind of alleged connection to Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Livraria Lello, maybe.
It ends in Lello.
Right. But anyway, everybody goes there too. And of course, we're typical tourists. We had to go there. I'm sorry that we went there.
Yeah, no, they're very crowded. The books aren't even all that exciting that are in there, but they do have a smart marketing plan.
Yes, they do. Why don't you tell everybody about that?
I figured we'd put that in our next video.
Okay, we'll put it in our next video. All right, but anyway, I would suggest watch videos about the place and don't bother going there. All right, that was our last stop in Europe. After that, we went to a different continent. We traveled across the sea and ended up in Tangier, Morocco. We had never been to anywhere in Africa before and really didn't know too many people who had been to Tangier, so we had no idea what to expect when we went there. We ended up doing a tour through Viator that was like a taste of Morocco. And it was a good way to get a taste of Morocco. The first part of our trip, though, was a little challenging. It was actually hooking up with our driver. I guess the private tours aren't allowed in the port area, so you've got to find them outside the port. And actually, it took a while. What I will say, though, is the people we met on the way, like other cab drivers and people on the street, were all very helpful.
They were.
Like, they all seemed kind and friendly and pointed us in the right direction.
So once we finally found our cab driver, who actually did not speak very much English.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Right, because he spoke Spanish, and it was the only other language he spoke.
Well, we were using Google Translate.
We used Google Translate. He was a great, really nice person, and he was super patient with us, and he tried his hardest, and I have absolutely no complaints about him.
Absolutely.
He still made it a very fun day.
Yeah. So the first place he took us was Parc Péricardis. Beautiful place filled with kittens, which I love because I love cats and kittens, and I thought it was great.
But you say that, and this is like the first time we've ever done a video where our cats haven't harassed us.
Yeah, where did you lock them up at?
I didn't lock them up. Maybe they just knew you were going to be talking about these other cats, and they were jealous.
So, I mean, not only is there plenty of cats to be seen there, it's a great picnic place, great views from there. Then we went to Cap Spartel, which is where the Atlantic Ocean meets the Mediterranean. So then we went to Caves of Hercules, which was meh.
Yeah, it's got like some mythical connections to, the Hercules, which makes it more interesting. Actually being in it and seeing it, it's a pretty small cave. It does have an opening to the ocean. It's only,
which is cool if you think about that.
It's only €8. If you're there, you may as well do it. And that was it, right?
No, then my highlight, which is the thing I wanted to do before we even set out on this cruise, was to ride a camel.
It was awesome. It wasn't very comfortable,
It
but
wasn't worse than horseback riding to me.
okay.
Oh, it was wonderful. People say, oh, camels are so stinky and they have flies covering their faces. And the camels were so sweet. I
Yeah.
totally enjoyed them. It was fun. It was not stressful. They take you on the beach.
15 minutes or so, but it was cool. I'll never ride a camel again, I'm sure, to experience that. I liked it. It was a nice way to get a taste of Tangier for sure. So I walked through the city for, I don't know, an hour and a half or so. I thought the people were pretty nice. Everybody was trying to get your attention to sell something. I just had to share this one thing though on the downside. We got back to the ship and we were talking to people the next day, two different people who had bad experiences in Morocco where they weren't treated well, including one person who said he was spit on. We did not experience that. We were treated great as we walked through the city and felt comfortable the whole time. That's everything we did on this Western Mediterranean cruise. What'd you think of the itinerary?
I loved the itinerary. I thought it was a great itinerary.
Yeah, I agree. I think it really was neat. It was a great way to sample everywhere that we went. So that's it for this Celebrity Equinox Western Mediterranean itinerary discussion. Check out our cruise review if you want to see what the ship is like, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see what else we were up to. And like I said earlier, every one of these stops, we're going to have a video taking you deeper into each of the stops coming up soon as well.
Sounds great.
She doesn't mean that. All right, that's it for me. Ciao.
Ciao.